Kevin Flanigan is seated in his favorite spot, in one of his favorite places.
We're at the Unicorn Restaurant Pub down in Grafton, Ohio. Irish decor and atmosphere with good eclectic food, range of steaks, seafood, and pastas. We kind of look at it as being the neighborhood Cheers for a lot of people.
Kevin and his wife, Gail, bought an old house and turned it into this pub and restaurant nearly 35 years ago, adding to the landscape of his manufacturing business on the northern end of Grafton. He's always been a thinker in Lorain County. He walks the floor today at his General Plug and Manufacturing plant in Oberlin, and he likes what he sees. Kevin's the president and CEO. In very basic terms, his company manufactures cold-formed CNC and screw machine parts for heavy hitters in industry like General Motors, Caterpillar Tractor, and Briggs & Stratton. General Plug is high volume, parts on the shelf, ready to ship at any given time when the customer calls.
General Motors, we have probably 25 to 30 parts like that. Ranges from maybe 250, 300,000 pieces on an annual basis, all the way up to a couple of parts where there's 14 million, 8 million, 10 million pieces per annual usage per part.
It was his father's business, and it was small. Its work was basically threading cast iron castings and pipe plugs. Kevin has grown it. He's diversified it. One example of that can be found in this lab at General Plug today. Kevin and his leaders are developing nanotube technology to benefit water filtration. I asked if he was proud of what he's done with his dad's business.
Absolutely, absolutely. What really was a deciding factor for me to stay in the business. After I graduated, I had come to work, but he developed leukemia at an early age and passed away at a young age, and that kind of forced me into the business to kind of take over at that point in time.
Kevin is the little boy from Oberlin who became an Eagle Scout, who became an entrepreneur. Today his companies are many, and he employs nearly 400 people. His pressures are big. So what makes him go? What makes him take it all on?
I think it's probably a combination of things. I think one, obviously the challenge. Two, it's kind of exciting to be able to take something from nothing and grow it into something that is providing jobs. I think we've got a history in Lorain County, and I think, we've got a loyalty. I think we've got a desire to do what we can do to create jobs and maintain jobs for people in Lorain County and the surrounding areas.
But there's more to this man than just parts and threads. Kevin and Gail have been married for 48 years. They have 3 children.
We started out with the first 2 kids, and we used them as mortgage bait for the various businesses, and found out we needed another one to cover another mortgage, so we had Katie.
Kevin's a Notre Dame guy. His whole family loves the Irish too. They go to South Bend in search of the Golden Dome, sometimes 4 times a football season. They watch the games there, and they eat pizza at a place called Rocco's.
Well, obviously going to Notre Dame, there's definitely a love for the Irish in Notre Dame. We go back on a regular basis. I've got my sister that's just under me that was in the first class of females accepted to Notre Dame. I've got another sister that then went a couple years younger that went also to Notre Dame and graduated from there. So it's definitely a family affair.
Kevin's committed in everything he takes on, and he's definitely a name in our county. People come to him, like the film industry. The film industry?
They were pointed in the direction of Grafton. They stopped in and started talking to me about it, the movie and everything, and at first I'm like, okay, are these guys for real?
They gave Kevin a script for the movie Take Shelter,
which I took home and said, Gail, please read this, let me know your thoughts, thinking that she would think, no, you're really crazy now. She didn't. She said she liked it. She thought it was a good script.
So Kevin agreed to become an executive producer, providing locations, warehouse space, and even living quarters for the actors. Michael Shannon and Jessica Chastain spent 3 months living and working in tiny little Grafton in the summer of 2009.
So it was quite fun. The crew would come back to the Unicorn late at night after a day's shooting. It's taking you in a whole different direction. So Yeah, you could say it's more or less maybe a hobby right now, but hopefully it'll end up with positive results.
Positive results. It's been his legacy, from family to business to community to fun. Kevin Flanigan, a 2016 Leadership Lorain County Excellence in Leadership honoree.